What's up, everybody? It's your boy Easy Paradox coming at you another video here on the channel. This is the AP poll. It just dropped at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And as you can see, we have some massive changes after that big loss that Texas had against Oklahoma. We got a couple of spots moving up. Georgia and Michigan are the exact same, haven't really moved. I don't think Georgia should be number one, but to each their own. Ohio State is number 3, and Florida State is now number 4. I think that if Michigan and Ohio State win out, it's going to be a great end of the season where those two will battle it out for that number 2 spot. And then, they go to the Big Ten championship game. And then there could be discussions about if one or both will be in the college playoff, depending on how everyone else pans out. If there's not a lot of undefeateds, who's going to be the best in rank 1, that kind of stuff. Moving on to the next 5 through 9. We got Oklahoma coming in hot, moving up 7 positions after that devastating loss to Texas. They are now 5th, number 5, right there above Penn State, Washington, Oregon, and then our friendly Texas down there, moving down 7 spots there. There's not a whole lot of action coming on this week, but it's going to be very interesting to see what the dynamic of all of these teams are and like the movement, because there are some big rank-on-rank matchups this week. And then moving on to number 10 through 14, we have USC going back 1 spot. I just feel like every week USC just keeps going back 1 spot after win or loss. After that, they triple overtime against Arizona. That's crazy. At home, that's crazy. And then we have Alabama still at number 11. They are still fairly considered one of the better one-loss teams right now. I think it's Texas right now is the best one-loss team with the highest rank. And then we got North Carolina coming up 2 more spots. That huge win against Syracuse, 40-7. It was a blowout. Then Ole Miss moving up 3 spots, and Louisville with that huge win against Notre Dame, commanding victory by the way against Notre Dame, moving up 11 spots. I can see Louisville and Florida State in the ACC championship game, both undefeated, playing it out for that spot in the playoff. I want Louisville to do good. I want them to beat Duke. I want them to beat these teams that are also ranked. And I'm faithful. I'm here for it. All right, moving on to 15 through 19. We have Oregon. They haven't moved at all. They're still in the same spot. They haven't really shown anything just yet. Utah moving up 2 spots. Then we have Duke moving up additional 2 spots. UCLA hasn't moved. They had a good win against Washington State, but they still haven't really moved. I'm surprised they didn't move because Washington State was undefeated at the time. I'm surprised they didn't move at all. Like maybe even move ahead of Utah, because I do think UCLA is better than Utah. I don't know why Utah is getting so much love, even though they haven't really proven anything yet. We have Washington State moving back 6 whole spots after that close loss to UCLA. That's unfortunate. I had so much faith, so much hope for Oregon State and Washington State coming into the season after they got that 3-0 start. And I was like, dude, they're showing the committee, they're showing all the conferences that left them out of discussion for Power 5 that they are better than most teams. I don't want them in the Mountain West, and I don't want to see a merger with Mountain West and Pac-12. I want them to be inducted into someone's conference, because they are good programs, they're good teams, but only time will tell. Moving on to 19 through 24, Tennessee moving up 3 spots over, and Notre Dame moving back 11 spots after that devastating loss against Louisville. Here we are with LSU and Notre Dame, the only 2 lost teams in the top 25, both 21 and 22. Kansas, number 23, and Kentucky moving in to their spots, minus back 4. And if you notice, there are 2 19s, Washington State and Tennessee, so it's not even the top 25. This is 26 teams. They are together at 19. And then moving on to the last bit, we have Miami, technically the 26th team, but they are ranked 25. They moved back 8 whole spots after that loss, that devastating, I should have kneeled loss against Georgia Tech. And then we have our other honorable mentions onto the top 26 here. Missouri, first one out, So they're like 27th according to the committee, even though it was a very close game. I don't know. I'm surprised that they got kicked out at all. It's one loss Missouri team. I think they could be better. I think they're better than Kansas. Wyoming with 42 votes. Air Force at 41. That's strange because Air Force is undefeated. I know Wyoming beat a ranked team, but still. Then Wisconsin tied with Air Force, Tulane, West Virginia, Clemson, Maryland getting some votes there, even though they lost. Iowa back into the discussion, receiving some votes after 2 weeks of no votes. Then James Madison's another undefeated team with 7 votes, and the Texas A&M receiving 5 votes. I don't really remember how many votes they had last week, but it is very interesting to see. The rank, I wanted the ranks to shake up a little bit. I wanted there to be more movement. There was some movement. Some teams lost, but still the top 7 roughly is roughly the same, except for Texas lost, and then Oklahoma kind of just filled that void. But other than that, it hasn't changed much. And next week, I don't think it's going to change much either. Because next week, these are the most notable matches for next week, rank on rank. As you can see, we have Oregon and Washington. Those are 2 top 10 teams fighting each other. Then we have a bunch of teams that aren't even in the top 10, except for USC. They're against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's kind of falling off the map. But USC doesn't really have a defense. As you can see, they're just struggling. UCLA and Oregon, they're top 20 one-lossers. Miami's not even technically 25. If you were to get technical with the tiebreaker, they're like 26 team against the undefeated North Carolina. But other than that, these are the most notable matches. All the other teams are playing trash opponents. Penn State's playing against Massachusetts. It's going to be a slog of a weekend this week. So, but other than that, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. These games are going to be very good. I think the Washington-Oregon is the highlight. Notre Dame, USC might be interesting. I was hoping that it was both going to be undefeated by this point, but it's not looking like it. Well, that's going to be it for this video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Comment below any... Peace!